Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
It was just a normal day of class taking a tragic turn when a gunman opens fire on the campus of Florida State University. 2 people are dead tonight and at least 6 others are injured. Also tonight, the student community is left to pick up the pieces. They've started by laying flowers near the scene to create a memorial for those who lost their lives. The story has gripped the nation today. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Ty Steele.
And I'm Kimberly Gill. Police say the shooting took place near the student union. Taking a look at this map, and you can see that's right in the heart of campus, which sits in the middle of downtown Tallahassee. Also worth noting here, the shooting happened only about 2 miles from the Florida State Capitol building.
Now, here's what we know right now. Authorities say the suspect is the son of a sheriff's deputy who's been with the office for more than 18 years. And officials also say the suspect used one of his mother's former service weapons in the shooting. He also has a history with law enforcement training programs.
The alleged shooter was also a long-standing member of the Leon County Sheriff's Office Citizen Advisory or Youth Advisory Council. So he has been steeped in the Leon County Sheriff's Office family, engaged in a number of training programs that we have.
The Tallahassee police chief says the suspect invoked his right not to speak when he was taken into custody by police.
We are also hearing from the students who had to go through the terrible ordeal. Survivors say this is a day they will not soon forget.
It was really scary. I've never been in a situation like this before, especially living on campus. You don't really have anywhere to go besides your own room. So all I could do was just lock the door and just keep texting everyone and make sure where they were.
It was a horrific experience. I actually hid behind some bushes further down there on Legacy Walk, and that's why I started hearing lots of gunshots in rapid succession. I didn't actually end up seeing the shooter, but I did hear the gunshots.
Authorities say the suspect was shot by police and eventually hospitalized. He's expected to recover. Authorities also say they will prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law.
And like we've seen before, after mass shootings like this, there are growing calls for gun reform. President Trump was asked about that at a press conference in the Oval Office today. He says he is not considering any new policies.
As far as legislation is concerned, this has been going on for a long time. I have an obligation to protect the Second Amendment. I ran on the Second Amendment, among many other things, and I will always protect the Second Amendment.
President Trump says he will not support new gun legislation because, quote, the gun doesn't do the shooting, the people do.
Parents in Lapeer are on high alert tonight after a disturbing discovery at a local playground.
City officials have found sharp metal objects hidden at the base of slides, almost like it's there on purpose. And to make matters worse, this isn't the first time this has happened.
Jacqueline Francis went to Lapeer to find out what's being done about it.
This has got parents seriously concerned. Come take a look. We're talking about sharp, metal, spiky objects being found in the park, specifically here at the landing area of the slide in the wood chips. So far, no reports of anyone being hurt, but this is the second time now it's happened just this month.
That's so fun!
A fun, safe space for kids has seen some unusual activity.
I find it horrible that somebody would do that.
The city of Lapeer reporting several sharp, man-made metal objects known as caltrops, similar to the photo you see here on your screen, have been found at Crampton Park.
They could step on it, they could pick it up and swallow it. I really just don't understand.
The city says the objects were found in the wood chips near the landing areas of the slides.
Littlest one wanted to go on the slide, and I looked down to make sure there was nothing there.
This exact same thing happened earlier in the month and then again this week. The city says they have crews checking the parks each morning.
I hope they find whoever's doing it because I have little kids and if anything happened to them, it would just be terrifying.
Here's Local 4 crime and safety expert Darnell Blackburn.
It's obvious that whoever is doing this is trying to intentionally harm innocent people. And with that being said, parents should be hyper vigilant in searching, again, areas under slides, in play areas, in wood chips.
For the most part, I'm okay coming here, but if it happens again, I probably will be a little more hesitant.
Understandably there, we reached out to the city of Lapeer and did not hear back, although the notice that they put out, it said that they consider this a criminal act and that police are investigating. Anyone with any information should give Lapeer police a call. Reporting live tonight, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
It's just truly disturbing to think somebody would put those there on purpose. Jacqueline, thanks for covering that story.
The search for a missing 17-year-old girl nears week 2. London Thomas was last seen April 5th after being dropped off at a house in Inkster. Tonight, DPD confirms it conducted a second search at a residence in Inkster related to the case. Our cameras were rolling as officers moved in and out of the home. London's mother was outside as police searched. She's desperate to see her daughter again.
No matter what, London, I don't care. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. You will be home with me. All will be forgiven. It can all be healed. I don't care what it is. And I just want her home as soon as possible.
The Detroit Police Department has now taken over the case. Officers are looking into a person of interest. In the meantime, anyone with information about London should call police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. All right, getting a check outside right now. It was yet another beautiful day around Metro Detroit, and hope you enjoyed it while you could.
Yeah, the up and down continues. That's because Kim Adams tracking the chance for some severe weather tomorrow.
Yes, but it doesn't come until tomorrow night when most people are sleeping. It looks to be more of an overnight event, but we do have a few showers expected tonight and into the early morning hours tomorrow. Right now out at Metro Airport, just cloudy skies and pretty mild. 50 degrees in Detroit and Ann Arbor, 52 in Pontiac. Winds not too bad. They're around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So tomorrow, kind of a tricky day for us. So in the morning we'll have showers. There could be a rumble of thunder early in the morning. Then most of the day we are dry and windy. Winds will gust out of the south-southwest as high as 30 miles per hour. But what you will really notice tomorrow is just how warm it is. Upper 70s, close to 80 degrees. In fact, the little thermometer in your car will likely say 80 in some spots. And then we have the chance for the severe weather as a cold front comes through overnight tomorrow night into the early morning hours of Saturday. The SPC has trimmed us back a bit to a level 1 across much of Metro Detroit, but we are still under that severe weather threat, and we'll talk more about timing and your Easter weekend plans coming up.
Okay, Kim, thank you. The former Detroit Riverfront Conservancy CFO says he's ashamed of his role in an embezzlement scheme that saw more than $44 million stolen from the nonprofit. William Smith pleaded guilty to wire fraud and money laundering. His comments come to light in this sentencing memorandum obtained by Local 4. In it, Smith says, quote, "I am ashamed of what I've done to the city and the project that I love," adding, quote, "My intentions are to continue to work to restore the trust and respect of the community that I let down." Prosecutors are reportedly looking to get Smith 18 years in federal prison. Smith's lawyers call that excessive and are pushing for a more lenient sentence. He is expected to be sentenced next week.
Some educators across Metro Detroit are raising awareness about the potential impacts of federal and state education cuts. Hundreds of protesters gathered along Woodward Avenue here between 16 Mile Road and I-696. Educators in Royal Oak say they fear they could lose their jobs in the future.
They're scared. They're scared. What is going to happen to the school communities that they love so much, to the students that they work hard to educate every day?
Protesters say losing federal dollars will create more shortages in Michigan public schools. Former Macomb County Sheriff's deputy who slapped a 14-year-old boy in custody entered a plea today.
Derek Reed pleaded no contest to willful failure to uphold the law and assault and battery. You may remember back in August of 2023 when body cam footage captured Reed slapping the teen being transported in his patrol car. Reed was fired soon after that incident. He's expected to be sentenced in June.
A Detroit man is facing attempted murder charges, accused of shooting a teen with autism. Robert Pugh turned himself in on Tuesday, but he was officially charged today. Authorities say an 18-year-old man with autism was mistakenly dropped off near the intersection of Lenox Street and East Warren Avenue in Detroit on April 9th. His family says he was just trying to take a photo of a house on Lenox Street to send to a relative so he could be found. That's when Pugh confronted him. As the victim started to walk away, police say Pugh fired multiple shots from a handgun, hitting the teen in the back. The victim was rushed to the hospital. He is expected to recover. Pugh is due back in court next week.